So I'm spinning a lock spun yarn tonight, and I just thought I would record it. Tail spinning these like extreme lengths like this is very time consuming because the locks have to be split, and I'm core spinning this. I don't always core spin the extreme tailspun yarns. I am this one because this whole thing was a blooper. It was a blooper dye job. The fleece itself was not in good condition when I received it. It had a lot more VM in it than I wanted, and I won't sell locks like that. So in order to get the VM out, I had to open the locks up a bit. So I decided to make a tailspun yarn from it. And you can see I just kind of split the, I'll show you. Get a lock here. Okay, so we have a lock like this, and then I open it a bit, and really I should have done this before I even started spinning the yarn, but naturally I didn't. And then I simply basically just connect it to the one before it. And now when I take this off of the wheel, I'm going to have to unwind a lot of these locks. Now you see that? I don't like VM at all. So, and then I had dyed some silk yarn, and it was quite lightweight, but the skein itself was a mess when I got it, and it just wasn't going to unwind nicely. So I fought with it for a bit, and then I thought, you know what, I'm not doing this. I couldn't find the end, and so I just decided to cut it up and use it. I have no idea what this is. This is the yarn here. I have no idea what it's going to look like when I take it off. Could look horrible, but we'll see. I figure worst case scenario, I'll just over dye the whole thing again. So this silk wants to. So what I've been doing really is just connecting it and running it along, and then sort of making a bobble if I feel like it. Like that. Aren't my fingers lovely? And I wore gloves too, but somehow it went right through the gloves. And then I go back to tail spinning. And it is a long process. It just really is. It takes a long time. Let's see, it didn't do that one right. Well, I'm going to continue with it. Now look at all that. See? That's what I'm talking about. And in order to get that out, I had to open all the locks up, so I can't sell them as perfect locks. So, tailspun it shall be. It's too bad because it's super lustrous, and it's super, it's soft and silky. It's just, it had VM embedded in deep in the curls, and it really didn't show up until after I had washed it. And then I could see all this stuff in there. So, what you gonna do? And I'm twisting this around. Now I won't probably apply this. Again, I'll have to see what it looks like when it comes off the bobbin. But no. Maybe the whole thing may just be garbage when I don't know. I'll see what it looks like. I'm hoping it's okay. Now see, this lock is too thick, I think. And I can separate this without destroying it. But sometimes you're better off not to split them because it destroys. See how it kind of did? Kind of pulled the tip out, and I'm gonna spin it in anyway. And I think that when I wash it, that will bounce. I hope bounce back. If not, I'll have to give it a little help with some hair oil treatment or something like that. All kinds of tricks up my sleeve from working with locks. See that? I don't like that. It's my dog in the background, if you hear crashing around. She's got a new bone. And I'm putting quite a bit of twist in it. Now see, I'm going to pull this one apart. So I'm going to start at the end and pull it up to the cut part. Which of course I didn't do, the lock I showed you before. And that's part of the reason why it wasn't in very good shape when I was done. But it's fun to do, it's just time consuming. I just have a big pile of locks over here that I'm drawing from. I don't know that I love that, but I've done it now. Probably should have split that one. Here comes more of that silk. I'll get a little more tension on that. Or pull, I should say. Do I want a blue? Yes. I don't know how well you can see what I'm doing. Hopefully you get the idea. It's really windy here tonight, and it's coming right up off the lake. It's because there's glass right across the front of the house, the lakeside. can get pretty chilly. My husband says we should put up drapery or something like that to cut the wind, but I don't want to do that. I mean, why live on the lake if you're not going to see it? So I just freeze. Not really. It only happens once in a while. Just the angle that it comes in on. Don't like that one. Anyway, this is tail spinning. Just time consuming. And of course, depending on how, you go through a lot of locks doing this, and these extreme locks are expensive. Because I'm sure, as you've heard, they're on the animal for over a year. All these extreme locks like this basically they do come from the UK. And they are pricey and usually pretty dirty. But dirt's dirt, right? It's okay. Easy enough to get rid of. I can deal with dirt. I just will not deal with VM fleece. It's not what I'm paying for. And luckily, I have good connections now and good sources, and I've been doing this a while, and so I rarely get a bad batch of fleece. That being said, it happens still. Some more silk. As I say, I don't even know, like this silk, these silky blobs might look just horrible when I get it off. We'll see. Be caught a little bit here. Anyway, I wasn't even looking. I don't know if you could see anything, but I'm going to tilt the wheel up. I don't know. It doesn't look like anything really. But you have to trust me, they're all in there. See what it looks like when it comes off. See, I've been working on this for hours and hours, and really there's not a lot of yardage on there. Anyway, thought you might like to see what goes into those yarns you buy. Or you might want to try it yourself. They don't have to be this long. It just happens, as I say, that I had a bad batch of extreme locks, and I'm not going to throw them out due to the VM. So I'll make a yarn. And if I don't like the way it looks, I can always over dye it. I think I would over dye it with a wash of probably blue would be the best bet, although there's a lot of orangey tones in this, and that would not be good. So I would probably go with a wash of purple, maybe even black. See what this bad boy looks like. Anyway, hope you're having a good night, spinning something fun. You would, if I'm, the reason, as I say, that I'm doing a coarse one is because I'm using those silk threads, so they have to be spun onto the core. But if I wasn't using those, I would just go ahead and spin just like I'm doing now, except no core. And And yeah, I might have lost that one altogether. Oops. Drop that one on the floor. Yeah, see, it would have been smart if I'd prepared these all. Oh, but of course I didn't. I did pull them though, so that's something, I guess. You know, I spent hours and hours handpicking all of the VM out that I could find. And in doing so, as I was saying, I had to open up the locks too much for my liking to sell as bundles. But I'm still finding lots in the fleece that I'm picking out as I spin. I know people will say, oh, you know, more comes out when you spin and more will come out when you wash it. No, I don't want it in there when I wash it. I want it not to be in there. I want somebody to hold this yarn up to their face and it's just soft and nice. No sticks. See, that's a little bugger. I'm going to have to leave that one, work on that one later. Still got too much. Silly looking thing, isn't it? Or you know what else I could do if I don't like the look of it too much is these look absolutely fantastic in woven pieces, and they add so much texture and interest, I think, to the weaving. And I have what they call a rapid warp loom because I don't like running all those strings. No, way too much time. So maybe I'll use it. I'm stuck on something. Maybe I'll use it on, maybe I'll weave with it. Who knows? Because, I mean, really, there's a lot of colors going on in here. And I really never know, well, you don't, until you take it off the bobbin, what it's going to look like. Could be a hit, could be a mess. But that's the fun, I think, of spinning and experimenting and trying different things and using different things while you're, like I like to use ribbon in my spinning. And, oh, just anything I can think of, really. Anyway, that's that. I hope you saw some of it. I don't even know. Okay, bye-bye.